Welcome to Salam Nerds Podcast. We do reviews and recaps of your favorite TV shows, movies, and current events.
Yo, it's the Salam Nerds. My name is Steve, a.k.a. Watson Geek. I'm here with my boy Chad.
We drop live episodes on YouTube on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays at 10:30 p.m. Eastern. Thank you to all our supporters. Please help us by subscribing and leaving a good review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. All episodes can also be found everywhere podcasts are found.
Yo, Salam Nerds. This is your boy Neebs, a.k.a. Watch with Neebs, and I'm here with my boy Jazz, a.k.a. DJ Walnut.
Yep.
That was the most random part of the entire thing, but it just
I'm just Instagramming our chat so people can join. There we go.
Oh my god. All right. Well, welcome to the show, Lady Dragon, JJ, and Richard. How are you guys doing?
Doing good. Thank you for having us
Sir
again.
Richard, for you, sir.
Sir Richard.
Yes, Sir Richard.
Sir Richard. Oh yeah. Hello.
Yeah. So this is my first time doing the podcast from Arkansas. So hopefully my internet holds up. But my equipment is still not here. It arrives tomorrow because I had it sent out. So hopefully my whole setup will get ready. But I am excited to talk about this episode, one of my favorites. I think this might be one of my favorite episodes in all of Game of Thrones, period, to be honest with you. That's how much I like it.
Top five. It's top five for sure.
Top five for sure.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
I would agree with that,
There was
especially the end. Yeah.
30 minutes of
Yeah,
no action, technically, and people were so compelled, which is incredible.
There's no action. It was just so compelling. Like, I can't even. I want to dive in and talk about it, but I want to go in order to give everything its like due, and it's just so good. But you guys knew this was coming. For me, this was like an Avengers moment. Like it was crazy.
I love it.
Like, for me, I had no idea. I didn't see it coming at all. And then, like, oh my god, the whole setup was just so great. It was so great. You guys, as people who know what was coming, was it still just as enjoyable as it was for us?
Oh, absolutely.
Mhm.
And mind you, I've seen it like
coming.
6 times now, like because I've seen the whole season. Because I got early screeners, like I've seen this episode like a billion times, and I still every time the music and everything at the end. 10 out of 10. Every time it gets me.
Yeah, and like episode
So
1,
good.
they kind of like hinted at like the Game of Thrones theme music, and then it turns into Dunk taking a dumping a load. But the fact that like I was telling Neves off screen, that we almost forgot that was a thing, the Game of Thrones theme and all that stuff, but they waited for this point to like let it swell and really build it up. Those chef's kiss.
Payoff. It's what you call narrative payoff. You gotta love it.
But not only is it like narrative payoff, but the acting in this episode was so good. Like the little kid that plays Egg, when he's in the
Dungeon,
chamber
yeah.
or the dungeon, he killed it so good. Like he has like tears in his voice. Like you could hear the tears in his voice. It was so good.
Trembling
you hear his
voice,
cracking
big
from the
eyes,
moment he
bulging.
starts
Yeah.
talking. Dry her eyes.
Yeah. Oh man.
You know
It
that
was-
line? It reminds me of Dragon Ball Z, where Vegeta punches Trunks. He's like, "Dry your eyes now. We're going to the park." And I'm like, "Yep,
Ooh,
that sounds about right here."
I've never seen
No.
Dragon Ball Z, but I know the characters. That sounds kind of metal. I gotta
Yeah.
lie. That sounds cool.
Yeah, the
It's really
cinematography in this
interesting.
episode was like fantastic because like even like from the very beginning, like it opens up and it looks like a starry like sky, kind
To
of
mimic the
calling back to episode
one.
1, and then it starts zooming in or zooming away. You get more lighting, and then like it's just that dank dark cell, with a rat in the window. Like it's
It's
not
so
like we didn't know where
opposite,
last
yeah.
episode left off, but it was just like it just rips your heart right out. It's just like, oh man, yep, here we are.
It's a total mirror to the
Really?
ending of episode 1. Like they are like out in the open in front of by the tree in the open
Yeah.
sky, seeing the shooting star, and all of a sudden we're in a dungeon. What becomes like from Starry Night into the texture of the dungeon, and it's raining, it's muggy, and they're dressed like Aegon is dressed differently now. He's no longer a little peasant boy,
his little
cosplaying as a
prince.
peasant boy. He's a little prince, and they're sitting on the opposite end, and tension is really high between them because
It's
you know
it's funny
Not got line.
because he like you said, he's this prince and everything, but he's still calling him sir. He's still like this little shy little kid, and I just find that so endearing.
he's like, "Oh, my uncle told me I have to apologize to you for my deception." I was like, "Oh no, my
How
God."
precious.
He's too cute. Dexter Saul Ansel is
Uh,
killing it this season. He's so talented. He's so talented.
I'm glad we'll get him for
Yeah.
the foreseeable future.
They're
Yeah.
filming
He
season.
was aged well.
Oh, and I think they're close to finishing season 2. They're going to start season 3 immediately. I mean, realistically speaking, he has to stay young for the story to work.
That is true.
And like the way like the TV culture is now, like look at Stranger
Oh.
Things kids.
Oh,
Like
God,
they went
yeah.
from like being in
Stranger
high
Kids
school, and
were like-
Millie Bobby Brown is a whole married woman with a child, and she's playing a high schooler. It's just so jarring. Like the whole thing is so jarring.
Yeah.
So yeah, they need to be filming.
That's so true.
fast.
Yeah. And these seasons won't take that long to film. I mean, principal filming's got to be like 2 months, you know, and then there's
At
not
least,
a bunch
yeah.
of special effects, so they're going to be able to pump this out yearly. I mean, that's their plan, is to pump it out yearly. You know, it's not like the House of the Dragon, where you got to, you know, digitally draw in all those dragons and
much.
stuff, where it takes
Yeah.
2 years for all this stuff to come together. So,
Yeah.
And the large
Yeah.
battles, remember, House of the Dragon is a war series, so you have to like have like armor for hundreds of extras, and like again, the dragons are a huge part of the production.
Yeah.
I mean, in realistically speaking, because I think we should bring this up. Game of Thrones did it between 2011 and 2019. Do you guys remember Drogon and Rhaegal and Viserion? They looked incredible, and they were able
Mhm.
to pump it out like pretty
Right.
fast. Something has shifted in our TV making schedule. So House of the
AI.
Dragon, yeah, I think it's in a similar boat.
for sure.
That's true.
It's AI.
What
It's
did you guys? What do you guys think about the reveal of who the 2 children were and where they were hiding and they were not killed and all of that stuff? That was a pretty big reveal early in the beginning.
The 2 children. What am I missing?
Egg and Daron being
Yeah.
Oh, the 2 brothers. Oh God.
Okay, is Daron really a child? Like
No, he's the oldest. He's the oldest of the Makar sons.
that's a whole man right there.
That's a
He
whole
just
adult.
acts like a child.
Yeah. He's just not
His
into the
children were
whole
missing. Now he's-
knighthood and prince thing. Yes, we finally have a Daron on screen, which is hilarious. That's like a joke on 3 layers.
Ooh, explain this one. Actually, yes, explain this one. A lot of people will not get that, but please explain that.
So House of the Dragon has a character, a prominent one called
Yes.
Daron.
Mhm.
He's Alicent Hightower's youngest son, and he's being warded in Old Town by his uncles, the Hightowers. And he has not been mentioned up until like, I think end of season 1, and that was about it. So it was very strange to exclude his name and exclude the casting of the character. Like it was just very odd. And sometimes I feel like they just kind of put him there at the end after hearing where is her son? Where's Daron? Where's Daron? Because he's got a prominent
Right, yeah.
So we're just gonna do
Role
a throwaway
in the
line.
war.
Dragon from the Dance of Dragons. We come on, go ahead.
He's literally
Give it to
riding
us.
one of the most beautiful dragons in like their
Ever.
history. It's
Ever.
gorgeous. The most beautiful dragon. You see this blue? That's this color. This color. It's gorgeous. So hopefully he's blue. From the shot that we saw in season 2 when he's flying across the Hightower army, it looked blue. Tessarion looked blue. So let's hopefully he's blue. So yeah. So the Daron has been like not a running joke.
So.
Like that's why Farah said finally a Daron appeared on screen. It's
A wild Daron appeared.
A wild Daron
Daron
appears.
has appeared.
Ironically, there are 3 right now at this point. Daron from That's the Dragons, the King Daron, and Daron the Drunken.
Okay.
Mhm.
So that's the running joke.
They love reusing the names.
Oh yeah, no. In my family, I met my my cousin's wife, and for the first time, it was at Thanksgiving, and she had happened to like go to the corner store. Someone was coming back, so I'm opening the door for her because I had just gotten there, and there's 3 Richards in my family, 3 Raymonds, 2 Davids, like, and so I introduced her to myself because my cousin's name is Tyler, but his first name is Richard. He goes by Tyler, and she's like, "Oh, hi, who are you?" And I'm like, "I'm Richard." Clearly, our family isn't very, very creative when it comes to naming.
Richard, I will do you one better. My name is Muhammad.
We all know the super bad joke.
Oh.
What kind of name is Muhammad? It's the most common name on earth. What are you talking about? Like, read a fucking book.
We are so original.
Oh, it's my big fat Greek wedding. Nick, Nicky, Nick.
Yep.
Mhm. Yeah, we got
the names
and Darren's aplenty.
And also, even in this episode, he's like, "How many kings have been Aegon? 4 Aegons.
4.
How many kings? 4 Aegons have been kings." That's so funny. And here are Starks: Brandon, Brand the
Builder, and then
Brand the Builder. And Brand is literally just short for Brandon. They're all Brandons.
Mhm.
Oh my god, we're weird off topic. We're weird off the episode.
We're totally off topic. Yeah, where are we in the show? I completely lost track.
I like when what's his name?
Let's talk about
Raymond.
the trial of 7.
Oh, that's where we are, right? What's his face visits him and says trial of 7. That's
he's
right.
he's trying to. I think Baylor was trying to educate him, like to what he can do instead of losing his head. Yeah. To evoke trial of combat. Like, how good of a knight are you? Like, get trial of combat. Like, this is the most I can do for you. Like, yeah.
And I don't think Baylor, or I don't even think he even like thought that trial of 7 could be like an issue or whatever else curveball that Arion throws out at him. So like you kind of see him like side eye, like, oh hell, like, oh.
That is so true.
It's
he threw that
like,
one out of left field.
It's a law.
And I mean,
it's
I don't
law,
blame Arion for wanting to try.
Custom is not the same as law.
Oh, right.
You know what I mean? It's a custom age and foolery, which was my favorite line in the whole episode.
6,000-year-old handle foolery.
6,000-year-old handle foolery. He was just pissed off that his son is such a little bitch. Pardon me.
He knows he is.
He knows he is.
There's no way he doesn't know. And like you see him like yank him up at the end, like you fool, or come here, you stupid. Idiot. You know, grabs him up. You know, especially with that whole walnut situation. Like, dude, you just had a High Lord of Westeros get under the table to get you a walnut when you clearly have more in front of you. Just crack another one, like you.
He's just an asshole to be an asshole. Like he just caused chaos for the sake of it, for no reason.
Yeah, I don't even think he realizes it. It's at a certain point because like you don't see him like really like smirk or like get anything like that. Like he just figures that's his place and it's his right to tell people like, why shouldn't a High Lord go? Why shouldn't the host of the tournament that we're currently the hall of the the castle that we're currently at, that they've made open to us, why shouldn't he go and get fetch me my walnut? Like he feels like it's his like right, like it's more than his right, like it's like it's almost his duty to make sure people stay lower than him.
Part of it, yeah, but it's definitely a power trip. He's just, sometimes people are just assholes. Like he's just an asshole. He's yeah,
I don't doubt it.
Oh, I just realized I know the exact modern equivalent of this. A trial of 7. Like somebody invoking trial of 7. The equivalent here would be Congress giving somebody a letter of marque. That's my history coming back. So if you don't know what that is, Congress can actually authorize people to become pirates, and they get a letter of marque. It's such a random little law, but yes, Congress here can do that, and so that's the equivalent of what a trial of 7 is. Like no one has any idea what it is.
How does one become a pirate?
Oh yeah, it's go to Congress. Be like, hey, yeah, here's a letter. They can authorize private citizens to be pirates, and then you just go pillage shit.
Yeah, you just pillage the other side. I think it's called privateering or something like that. But it's I hear what you're saying. That actually kind of does make a lot of sense. Just here you go have that
random thing no one knows about except like a handful of nerds, and boom, that's exactly what they invoke.
You're such a nerd, Jazz. To pull that.
There's a reason our podcast is called Salam Nerds, okay?
It's not
Touche,
Salam
touche.
normal people.
living up to your title of the podcast.
Right. I'm good for something here.
Is Neebs alive? Is he moving?
No, I think his internet's being weird.
Oh,
But we
okay,
can
gotcha.
continue.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So Trial of Seven's invoked. And then our
Okay,
hero
my internet's
goes.
a little slow right now. So let's talk about that.
You pause in between the sentences. It was part blank
Wait.
part.
What if he types? Yeah, okay. Well, anyways, while he gets back. So yeah, now Dunk is going around trying to find people, and he's with the Fossoways, and he's telling him like, "Oh my god, I just Trial of 7," and it was so interesting seeing was it Stefan or was it the other one, Raymond?
Stefan. I mean, they're both under the tent, but I think Raymond brought him into the pavilion to talk to Stefan, and then like Stefan is. I do believe what Stefan is saying is true to him in that moment. Absolutely. He's saying for him, it's true in that moment. Like for him, this is like he wants to support Dunk, not because he thinks Dunk is right or that his cause is right. He wants to be part of the history because it's such a huge moment. Last time you have Trial of 7 was 160 years ago when Maegor Targaryen invoked it. It's probably the reason why Aerion knows this because he's a Maegor stan. I bet that's what it is.
You're not wrong.
They're both crazy.
Tracks.
They're both crazy and violent. So, like, I would think that he read up on Maegor the Cruel. So I do believe what Stefan is saying in that moment is true at that time. He's like when I'm often like honorable men when they don't have a choice, the only answer to this is more glory. So he believes that. So this is a chance to gain glory. It's just that he finds more glory elsewhere. But in that moment, I do believe what he's saying is right. It's true to him. I mean.
Absolutely. What I really
I just want to note too, the armor on Stefan Fossoway might be my favorite.
Yes, that was a clean suit right there.
Perfection. It's like a bronze or something copper, like with the apple, like the vines. It was perfection.
The trees.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I want to know, like, I don't think anybody has an answer for this, but like at what point, because in the books, y'all know that, he goes out and he's like naming all these knights. And then even like after he leaves, in the books, at least Raymond is like, hey, I don't want to like, piss on your hopes right now. But like, or no, Dunk asked him, he's like, you think he could get all those guys? He's like, dude, I have no doubt that he knows these people. I don't think that they know who he is though. And so as such, like at what point does he like go straight to the Targaryen camp and figure out like, can I make a move, to be a lord? Because the Fossoways, as far as I know, they were lords and then they lost their lordship and became knights during the dance. I think they picked the wrong side during the dance or something like that. And so they lose their lordship. And so this is a real good opportunity for Stefan to come back and be a lord again. So I do understand where he's coming from.
I do too.
A dick, still an asshole.
Two things are true. Two things are always, a lot of times two things are true. Yeah.
Yeah. Who the fuck is there, Stefan? I like what Farah is saying in the comments. Neves, we miss you. I need you to control the chat because I can't do it right now.
Okay, I'll do it. What do we got on the chat now?
He does say that, doesn't he? Who's Stevron, right? He didn't even say Stefan.
Yeah,
Stevron.
who the fuck
That's
is
right.
Stevron?
Stevron, yeah.
Wait, did you guys talk about the amazing heel turn of Stefan yet?
Not yet. No, we're getting there.
We're just getting on that.
Oh my god.
We're discussing the pavilion when Dunk is like losing hope, and all of a sudden, like Stefan is promising him knights. He promised him Otto Bracken. He promised him Lord Lannister.
I believed him.
Lionel Baratheon. Right, and again, I was just like I was saying earlier. What he's saying in that moment, at that moment, is true to him. So I do believe he would have fought for Dunk's cause to just be part of history, but then he got offered something else. I'm sure Aerion has his own spies or whatever. Yeah.
I don't know if you
guys
guys
be in the fight and become a lord.
I don't know if you guys watch wrestling, but this is a very common trope in wrestling where you get a bunch of people and then that wrestler basically does something called a heel turn, which has now become popular in the zeitgeist because of the John Cena thing that happened a few months ago. But basically, people have this stuff happen where they have to get something called like Survivor Series and War Games, where they have to pick up a team and get people to fight for you. And then people were like, yeah, we'll get a bunch of people, and they show up with nobody, and then they betray each other. And this is such a wrestling thing to happen. And it's awesome. So funny to me. When that happened, I was like, oh my God, he did a legit heel turn. And it was one of the craziest things that I'm like, can't believe we saw a heel turn in Game of Thrones. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, it was pretty shocking.
WWE stands for Westeros Wrestling Entertainment.
10 out of 10. That's perfect.
I love it.
Perfect. That's great. I love it. Yeah, that was pretty shocking at least when you read the novella for the first time, like, oh yeah, you'll need 2. I'm taking the accuser side. I was like, oh my God.
Yo, that's a good point.
A friend of
when
mine.
Did Stefan go to the Targaryens? I'm trying to think now, because like, what if it was before? Like,
I was thinking that possibly, but there's no way that he would know. Number one, the trial by 7 was going to happen. But I think the moment he left that tent, that's when he lost his intention to go, and because let's see, did he know that the Kingsguard were going to be fighting?
No, I'm thinking he may have started negotiating.
Aegon did mention the Daeron is going to be fighting, that the Maekar is going to be fighting, and the 2 Kingsguard will be fighting.
Yeah.
Right, but Stefan had left the tent right before that.
Did he?
Stefan leaves the tent, and then Egg and Daeron show up, so he couldn't have known. Right. Maybe seeing them change something in his mind, like, oh yeah, like, I mean, I don't know what it could be.
So I think what happened here is that he was probably negotiating with the Targaryens for the joust. Like, hey, I'll go down if you help me with later on. And then he came back. He's like, wait a second. Here's a much better thing for you guys. I'm going to pretend I'm one of them and then flip over to you at the very end. And they will automatically lose. I think he renegotiated something from a joust into this.
Yeah.
That's possible. That's quite possible.
Something for the philosophers, I suppose, but yeah.
Yeah, because like
some people are wiser men to say than me.
Well, that's the thing. Like, if somebody comes into my house, like, "Hey, I'm going to betray these people. You should trust me." We're like, "No, who the fuck are you?" Absolutely not, right?
Right. No.
They had to have some kind of trust before. There's no way that would have flown like just the way it did. I am now 100% convinced he talked to them before about something else, and this was just a slight renegotiation later.
Yeah,
it's
and
possible.
it's not like the accusing team could like they lacked for knights or whatever. Like they had to know, like, oh, we could pluck one from their camp and make it even harder for them. So like, because I mean, they had a fully stacked team -1, and you're telling me out of all the people there, they wouldn't, that the Targaryens couldn't get them to fight with them. Like I don't believe that for 1 second. Like that was an intentional masterstroke or at least attempted masterstroke by the accusing camp at least.
It is absolutely. It's literally Game of Thrones. Literally, I love it. It's playing the game.
Jockeying for position.
I did like when Darren shows up and Egg is also there with him, and he's like, yeah, he's a drunk, but he's definitely a coward. He's not gonna fight. And then he's like, how do you hate your brother so much? And he's like, yeah, man, he did all this stuff to me. He took a knife and all that stuff he said. I was like, ooh.
It was bad.
And then he goes, and he threw my cat down a well. Like, what the hell?
No, like, and the way Darren puts his hand on Egg's shoulder, like, okay, that's enough. They know he's a monster. Like, you don't need to start telling more and more family secrets. Like, we get it. He's a shit.
The first part was quite disturbing and implied that he's done it multiple times. That he put knife to his brother's private parts. That's pretty dark stuff. Like
that was dark.
Yep.
That was really, really dark.
But he became unredeemable once he tossed that cat in the well. I could forgive a lot of things, but animal cruelty, no, I'm kidding.
We can forgive mutilation.
I can excuse racism, but animal cruelty is where I draw the line. I got 3.
That's so funny. Let's talk about Duncan finally getting his shield. A little Captain America
Steely
moment
Pate coming in clutch, man. We love him. I love that character so much. So much. I do wish they included a crucial line. Richard, but you guys will know which one I'm talking about. Like, I hope maybe it's in the next episode, but like, I wish they included it when he tells him, like, when right before Dunk, when he's getting dressed and armored, like a bunch of peasants are coming to him and trying to like touch him, bless him, like, hey, like wish him good luck and all of that. And Dunk is confused, like, what am I to them? Like, and then Steely Pate says one of the most iconic lines, "A knight who keeps his vows."
Yeah.
I was in tears. Like, that is one of the greatest lines in a Song of Ice and Fire. I kind of wish Ira Parker included it. It's so good.
He's walking to the tourney grounds, and as he's walking up, like in his mind, he's like, "Man, all these people are just coming here to watch me, like
watch me die."
And then he says, because you can hear in his head and his thoughts or whatever, he's like, "No, but I wronged them because all the common folk are coming out trying to give his sword a blessing. A maiden gives him a kiss on the cheek. They're like, we're for you." And so, once again, we get, just the kind of like the duality of what the Seven Kingdoms are. Is like you got all these highborn people who don't give half a shit about people, and then the small folk who actually remember the good people who like help, and all that stuff. So I just thought it's
a great
really
line. I really wish we included it. We did not. No, that was.
Did that happen before or after this? I can't remember.
This is before. This is still under the pavilion. Stefan has walked away. They're trying to find out who can join Dunk's cause, and then Daron asks private word, and they go outside, and then he tells again, "I've dreamed of you." It's like, yeah, you mentioned that. It's like, I dreamed of you and a dead dragon, and the dragon was on top of you, but the dragon was dead. So, and I think that moment right there gave Dunk a little hope. That dragon, meaning Arion, like that's, and he asked, like, do I kill the dragon? He's like, that I can't tell you. And like for just for some like lore, if you fit in the line in the next episode, the small book cheer for Dunk, and he tells why they are. It could work. It could work in that.
There is going to be some time while he's armoring up and stuff like that, where that could come out. Someone's got to say it. Come on.
Someone has to say it, yeah, because it's such a great line. But anyway, the back to Daron, like he has very prophetic dreams. That's why he's quite disturbed and very
a dragon dreamer.
He's a dragon dreamer, yeah, and they are very intense dreams and involve dragons, and usually they are very horrible for the dreamer. They cause all kinds of mental problems, and a lot of usually dragon dreamers die young too because they can't live with it. It's very overwhelming.
Yeah, no,
why he's an alcoholic.
Yeah, it's got to be like schizophrenia, but like this stuff is going to be coming true. Like, and it's just like the only way to do it is just drown it out as best you can, and then that's obviously not going to lead to a healthy life or lifestyle. So yeah, they don't live too long.
They don't live too long. And I was talking to some of my friends about it. Like, can you imagine that? Because they're constant. So how many times has he dreamt something? He can't make sense of it. And it happens. And like, you live with the fact that maybe you could have done something about it, but you can't because it's
so vague.
It is so vague. These dreams are never called to action. Like, everything is like, it's a misdirection a lot of times. It's metaphorical.
It's metaphorical, so big time. Like, just because you see like this giant winged, like in his dreams, so giant winged dragon fall on top of Dunk and die. Like, it doesn't necessarily mean like there's going to be like the cannibal is going to just come out of nowhere and just swoop down and die on the tourney field. Like, it's always metaphorical. So like you were saying, JJ, like, you think you might be able to do something to change the future, change these dreams, but really because they're always so vague. Like, I mean, even Helena, they just want the boy. That line killed me.
Bro can't even take a nap. No, it's true. It is true, and you don't know how pervasive it is. That's foreshadowing. Yep, absolutely.
I just realized what this was, and I was like, oh, I missed that in the books. Now it's like, oh, I see it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well done.
Yep.
I do also believe Rhaegar Targaryen was a very intense dragon dreamer, which is why he was so fucked in the head like his entire life.
Yeah, you know what? I think you're right. I mean, because he was very intense. If anything, he was probably one of the few who was able to like not be consumed by his dragon dreams. Like he does things in a way because he knows, I think he says, the dragon needs 3 heads or something like that.
Dragon needs, yep. So he's almost treating his dream as a call to action.
Yeah,
he's trying to get
handling it as best he can. He's not letting it drive him mad.
Right. Even like Aegon the Conqueror, like George R. R. Martin did canonize it. He said it like in 2018, right around time Fire and Blood was published. Like Aegon the Conqueror like acted upon a vision he had of something coming down south.
Mm-hmm.
So
because
keep
the
in mind,
Targaryens had been sitting there posted
for a
almost
century.
100 years.
Yeah, century. They're not doing anything. And all of a sudden, let's conquer them all. Like something and when you read about Aegon, like Maesters could have painted him in a really bad light, which they do. Quite a few of these Targaryen kings, they paint him in a bad light, at least for Fire and Blood. Aegon the Conqueror was never painted as this war-hungry warlord.
Right.
It's a very strange combo of different things that's happening with Aegon the Conqueror. But even he, like, how do you, what's the word I'm looking for? How do you get people to action based on what? Because a lot of times, like, why didn't you get ready? How do you convince people, hey, we're all going to die at some point? When? I don't know. It could be tomorrow. It could be in 300 years. Do you know what I mean? Like, so it's very tough to like galvanize people based on those dreams. So even like for Daron the Drunken, like he's seeing stuff, but he can't make sense of it. And that's why he's so disturbed by it. Helena is the same way in Dance of Dragon. That's a huge change. Helena was not a dragon dreamer in the text, at least like from what the maesters say.
Yeah,
as far as we know. According to Monken, yeah. Yeah, go ahead, Jeff.
Speaking of galvanized, let's talk about how Dunk got himself a squad, and he's over here thinking that he got himself, and then he was like, no, it was Egg. Egg went and rounded everybody up, and it's one of the things like, oh, you came to help me. Like, no, we just hate the king. Never underestimate how much hate can do.
And when Stefan said, I'm gonna get Lionel, but it was Egg who got Lionel, and the Beesburys and the Humphreys. No, it was Robin Rising. He's like
Rising. Yep.
Yeah, he's just like, oh, this involves Trial of Seven, which is an Andal's Faith of the Seven tradition. Oh, I'm in, because he's a huge Seven zealot. He's a big worshiper of the Seven, so he had to join it. Yeah. He's a total nerd.
He considers himself a vessel.
For Warrior, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the other two wanted debt paid by Arion for the leg and for the horse.
For the horse, yeah.
Yeah, for the leg and the horse. The Arion owes his debt, yeah.
Never underestimate how much
I think it's very telling. I think it's very telling that Sir Robin chooses Dunk's side, because the Trial of Seven, like they say, if you have to have 7 champions, you're more likely to get a just result because the gods will intervene. And I think Sir Robin is the actual manifestation of the gods intervening, because otherwise Dunk is down to like 4 guys.
Yeah.
He barely gets a 5th and a 6th, so I think that as far as like all the gods in Game of Thrones and stuff like that, we do see evidence of the old gods, and we see evidence of R'hllor. But the 7 I always thought was just like that. That just like, okay, this is just the gods that they chose, but this is actually the gods intervening on. I'm
going to disagree. I'm going to disagree, Richard. 7 is very specific. It's very specifically not manifesting into tangible results, because George R. R. Martin really based it on his own like Catholic faith. He's a lapsed Catholic, agnostic now. Mm-hmm. So he treats 7 as Catholicism, while the other religions, pagan religions. So like Robin Rising, I think he just hates Targaryens.
Well, I mean, he does say that he would die a king's loyal servant, but when the
crown goes, yes, exactly,
goes against the gods. So Robin goes against the crown.
I love that line so much. It's so good. It is so good. If the crown goes against the gods, Robin goes against the crown.
Robin goes against the crown.
10 out of 10. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Speaking of 10 out of 10, let's talk about Stefan's cousin switching up on him and pushing
Raymond.
him. That was a great moment. Like, I'm telling you, there's no actual fighting or anything, but all of these people switching up and showing honor and all this stuff, like, it's so cinematic. I love it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Dunk is like, you got to imagine, because Raymond is already like, not
Dunk's
like
friend.
A big fan of his cousin. He just is his squire, and is like has been getting strung along that I'll make you a knight one day, but you're not quite right. And then he actually makes friend with Duncan, and he's already doesn't like the Targaryens. And then watching his cousin switch up is just like, dude, like I don't want to be like you. I'm physically going to do the opposite from you, and at the same time protect a friend.
Yep.
So,
that's it.
Yeah,
he's
a
realist.
no-brainer for him. He's just like
he
drops right to his knee. He's just like, dude, knight me. Like it's our only hope. Like get me in the mix.
He's the most woke person in Westeros. He's like the ideal woke person there. Like the way he talked about the Lannisters and everyone else and the Targaryens. Like he knows.
But it's kind of funny. Mm-hmm. He's still a lord. Like it's like. Yeah,
he's a squire, but he is highborn.
You're a highborn still. You're not one of the people. Let's chill for now, at least. Well, let's see how it goes if you ever earn lordship. How are you gonna do by your fiefdom? Is that the word? I whenever I talk about Song of Ice and Fire, I turn into a fucking medieval king or a historian.
That's
do you
all
guys-
it is, man.
and feudal lords and like yeah.
What do you guys think about Duncan not knighting him and letting someone else do it? Because I'm hearing stuff that like, hey, that might mean that maybe he wasn't actually knighted. What do you guys think about that theory?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, because as far as we know so far, we never saw Dunk get knighted.
No.
And I was actually earlier, I was writing out reasons why I believe personally that Dunk was never knighted.
It's in the
And
book, dude.
I've got a growing list going.
It's in the book. It's in the book. He says it. It's not straight up.
Okay, yes. There's some lines going on the inside. Especially whenever he's chastising Egg while he's in the cell, and instead of the dry your tear line, he says something along the lines of, I could understand why someone would tell such a lie. I don't know. Jada, do you know the line?
I do, but I don't want to say it until after the season.
Don't say it.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
don't want
then
to
we'll
say it
save
just
it.
now.
I will say,
because I reread it like 8 times before the show. Like I remember it, and I made a video back in. I made a video back in November before I was given access to the season. So if anybody wants spoilers,
I think the first clue is whenever he mentions the Robin was present when he was knighted. The Robin was there when he was taking a shit, and it was raining the day before. And then he tells,
"Oh, Robin the bird." I thought you meant the knight.
Yes. Oh, yes. Sorry, the bird.
yes, the
And he's telling like, yeah, was there anybody else present, other than a fucking songbird? And it's like, no. If you go back and you watch that episode, he's taking a dump when he sees that Robin, and the idea comes into his brain. So again, I'm a firm believer that he is not, but there's no proof or anything. He's the knight that the people deserved, not the knight that the nobles would have permitted.
I'll give you proof, man. Throughout the first 3-4 episodes, how many times has he said, "I am no knight"?
I have to go back and watch.
Oh, I have to go back now and try and catch it.
He does. He does say that.
He says that so many times.
That's right.
But the thing for
that
me,
gave it away from me.
But also, like the biggest one was Sir Arlen popping up in his memory. The way that Lionel, when he was knighting Raymond, the camera switches to Dunk's perspective from looking at the top and seeing Sir Arlen, and he's doing.
He's got the emoji face.
He literally did a shark face while Lionel is literally holding a sword on Raymond's shoulder. You have Arlen doing one of these. So to me, that is a huge giveaway that Dunk has been lying.
Mm-hmm. The thing is, I wouldn't mind if he's lying, to be honest with you.
No, it works. It works perfectly.
It reminds me of like how like in Star Wars, like Rey should have been a nobody. It's kind of like that thinking for me.
That's actually a great reference. And also, like, if you add another part of lore, Brienne of Tarth in Game of Thrones is his descendant. Brienne is not a knight.
Descendant. That's right, yeah.
And she's not a knight. And she exhibits every virtue of a knight, but cannot be a knight because she's a woman. So, like, thematically, it works. And also, Egg is lying about his own identity.
Everyone's lying.
Everybody's lying. I think.
I know that we've confirmed. Even George R. R. Martin has confirmed that Brienne the Tall, or Brienne the Tall, but Brienne of Tarth is a descendant of Dunk. But I was listening to the audiobook not too long ago, and it's the scene where Jamie and Brienne are in like the bath house or whatever. While they're
the best, one of the greatest scenes.
And so he tells her, at least in the books, tells her like, hey, like, all right, I'm done arguing with you. I want a truce. And then she's like, are you mocking me, sir? And he turns to her and tells her, are you as thick as a castle wall?
That's right. Mm-hmm. That's right. He does say that.
Earlier. I was like, oh my God.
Good catch.
Foreshadowing.
Good catch.
That's so good.
That is amazing. And and she finds his shield in her father's armory. And it's the same shield. Like the paint is the same, and she repaints it to House Lawson. So she doesn't get recognized as she's flying under the radar.
I feel
brilliant catch.
I feel like this show is making Game of Thrones better and richer. Whereas House of Dragon kind of stands on its own, doesn't really affect it as much. Whereas this is actually, I want to go back and watch all the scenes with Master Aemon and watch all the scenes when they munch and dunk and watch. It makes it so much richer.
Mm-hmm.
Brienne's story alone and enriches it.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Big time.
All right. Let's talk about the highlight of the thing where basically he goes out there and he makes this Captain America speech.
The best part.
He's doing this whole thing out, and then they fake us out with this one guy getting up, another fart joke, and then I was like, oh God.
We got to go back to that. That's important to me.
Yeah.
and then we get the on your left moment where the guy just like appears and it's the prince, and you're like, holy crap, did this really happen? This
Game of Thrones, Ramin Djawadi in the background, pounding your at your heart. Oh,
this felt like an Avengers moment to me, and I was like, "This is so good." If I watched this in a theater, the crowd would have gone insane.
Yep, I wanted to get up and throw my chair through my TV, but I like my TV too much. Like in a good way. I was just like, "Let's go!"
Like, and we've read it a million times. You know it's coming, and it's
so much harder with the music. It's so much harder with the music.
That music will always, like, I swear to God, if I was in a coma and I heard that soundtrack.
Yes. I need to write that down. If I'm ever in a coma, play
Game of Thrones. Yep.
Play Ramin Djawadi, any Targaryen theme, the Daenerys theme, or Winterfell theme.
Yeah, the Winterfell theme would work too.
The Winterfell theme will always get me every single time. It's
play the Lannister song.
Which one?
If I'm in a coma, bad taste.
If I'm in a coma and you play Reigns of Castamere, just take a
Reigns of Castamere
and just do this to my head. It'll hurt less.
I'm gonna be in the red wedding in my own coma, like no, dude,
it'll hurt less.
Get down, Ron.
On my head while I'm in a coma. If I heard Reigns of Castamere, oh my God, that's so funny.
Definitely. So we'll talk about the build up to that a little bit. Well, what do you guys think about it? And you wanted to go back to the fart joke, so feel free. I do want to go.
People were kind of like on split on the fart because it undercuts the tension. I personally don't think it undercuts the tension. I think it highlights how fickle and what sheep these lords are. In one moment they're laughing because Dunk is being mocked, and then the other second, literally somebody more powerful steps up for Dunk, and everybody's cheering. So they have no spine. That's how I understood that scene. Like, to me, they were completely spineless, but also because, Richard, I am a staunch, unapologetic, annoying Blackwood supporter. I love House Blackwood, and they've been beefing with Brackens for thousands of years. George R. R. Martin is very clear of who he cheers for. Let's be real. So Otto Bracken, Brute of Bracken, his nickname is literally Brute. Of course he would fart mid that. So like usually he does have a line in the novella. He tells him like your cause might be just, but it's your cause. But it has nothing to do. It's your cause, not mine. It has nothing to do with me, which is very cruel and
such very MAGA.
Exactly. Exactly. My Blackwood agenda was spread further. Yes. Sorry. So now to watch Bracken fart like that, it was just very satisfying for me as like a total like freak about the Blackwoods. So for me, it worked. But yeah, that's how I felt about it.
Especially since Stefan was like, in the books, that's one of the guys he names as one of the champions he might be able to procure.
Correct. You're right.
And then he just he never even talks to him. And then, so Dunk has to go out there and, try and rally him up, himself. And meanwhile, Stefan's just taking 3 hours to put on that fancy ass armor. I love it.
But that armor is amazing. Oh my God. Oh my God! Somebody took a picture of it and saturated it to see the copper and the bronze, whatever it's made of. Oh, it looks even better. I'll have to send it to you guys. It looks incredible. It's so textured.
I like here. You think they're showing that a highborn knights don't care for being true, and noble knights especially for a knight they look down on.
Yeah, that's how I interpreted that scene. And literally seconds later, once Baylor comes in, all of a sudden everybody's up and cheering.
Bandwagon.
So there's bandwagoners. Exactly. That's a good word. Thank you for that. Like they're so fickle. They're very fickle.
Fair weather fans.
Fair weather fans.
My brother brought up a pretty good point the other day when we watched the episode. But so when you knight somebody, you're basically offering like your prestige onto them, because otherwise if you get caught like knighting, that's why there aren't just knights just walking around everywhere, because when you knight somebody, you're saying, I believe this person to be chivalrous, be knightly, this and that. And fortunately for Lionel Baratheon, by taking over the knighting ceremony, he doesn't run any risk, because number one, either Raymond dies on the field. Oh, well, he'll be glorified forever. Number 2, he lives and is glorified forever. So like Lionel's not actually sticking his neck or his reputation out there for anybody because, you know, he just doesn't have to, because it just falls in line perfectly with like, you know what? Either he's great or he's not. Either way, we got to fight to fight. Let's get it done.
Whatever gets Dunk is champion, so he doesn't get his head chopped off. Like, I don't care what their reasoning is. Just get some champions on his side. The boy needs champions.
We need bodies.
We need bodies, man. whether they're doing it for revenge for Arion, whether it's Robin Reisling like being champion for the Warrior, I don't care. Get me some champions.
Send dudes. No, send dudes. We're about to get into a fight.
Rohan will respond.
The beacons are lit.
Rohan will answer. Yeah. Damn it! I need to rewatch Lord of the Rings. I can't play. I fumbled that famous quote. God damn! What a terrible.
We love it. Lord of the Rings marathon.
I think
Let's
last
go.
year you mentioned you were watching the Lord of the Rings, and I immediately had to turn it on and do a full rewatch of the extended cuts.
Yep.
Extended cuts is the only way to go. I could watch another 10 hours of each of the movie.
Easy.
So
Easy.
and even Lionel is like, I know that he cares for Dunk. Like, it's been demonstrated. He's given a lot more to do in this show versus the novella. Like, obviously they have a bond. Like, they're bros. But like the way he says, like, oh, I would never miss out on an opportunity to dirty up a Kingsguard cloak. Perfect line. That's exactly like in tune of who he is as a character. It's a very special, I don't want to say special moment. It's men fighting to death, but it's a moment in history that's going to be, again, eternalized in his song. So they're not going to miss out on a chance to be eternalized.
And kind of the same way Steely Pate like only charges him a copper for his work or whatever.
Yes.
It's like, hey, technically you don't owe me anything, but I got to charge you at least something to say, you know, whatever. And so Lionel right there is also saying, like,
it's symbolic.
When he's like, hey man, like I'm in your debt, you know, whatever. He's like, man, I'd have done this stuff anyways. Don't worry about it. So he's really just like, man, no problem. I got you.
That copper was it's just symbolic gesture from Steely Pate. Like copper for everything, for the shield, for the armor, for everything. And I love the fact that his armor is very structured. Like there's no like, it's not lordly. Like there's no ornaments. There's no, it's simple. And seriously, one of the best minor characters in the entire story for me, Steely Pate.
Yeah, dude. If it wouldn't have been like mounted combat, if it would have just been on the ground, because the way they describe Steely Pate, and he looks that way, like I'd have knighted him right then and there, and be like, bro, grab it half. Like we're about to go to war, dude. That's a stocky dude.
That's a big boy.
That's a big boy.
That's a big boy. That's what you want. And the image, like as they're standing egg, they have Steely Pate, and you have all the champions in the background. Like it's just such a surreal thing to see on screen. Like no matter how many times you read this shit, it's like when you actually see it. And every time you see it again, it's the same feeling. I can't even imagine when you don't know it's coming, like to visualize that. Like, I'm so happy for everybody that got to experience this for the first time. I would give anything to experience it for the first time. It's so good.
I watch with my friends because they're not book readers at all. And I want to see their expressions and stuff like that. So because I typically watch that stuff. If I'm with like other knowers, like we'll talk the whole time. But when I watch with my friends who don't know, I don't say a word until the credits roll, and then I'm like, dude, this is this.
The Red Wedding for me, the Ned Stark beheading, like I know it's coming, and it's like I'm peeking at anybody that I know is watching it for the first time. Do they know?
Do they know?
Especially the Ned part was the most shocking because you don't get heroes, quote unquote, killed off in season 1. So that was
Season 1, episode 1.
Your boy got me. Yeah, literally. That's crazy. Your boy got me. Oh, that's what you're
also, let's talk about Egg still being a squire for Duncan, even in this like crazy ass battle.
Yeah.
He
loves Dunk. They formed a little family unit. And they talk about it like in a couple episodes. They literally form a little family unit. He's a father and a brother to him in a lot of ways, which is kind of like when you think of Maekar, his father, when you think of Arion, what he does to him, and Daron being as disturbed as he is. You know what I mean? And Aemon is in Old Town studying to be a maester. So like he has no brothers like he can bond with. So Dunk becomes all these things for him. So
and he's also got like this, like I feel like a sense of guilt because especially after the way that Baelor tells him, like that was no kindness, this and that. He starts. I think you see the machinations in his brain where he starts realizing like I did weaponize Dunk against my brother. I'm the one who put him here. Even though it was the right thing to do and he couldn't get to the castle in time, to go get, anybody more, more capable of handling that situation. He realizes, I did this. The least I can do is stand by my man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And one thing to also keep in mind, Egg is still he's a kid. He's a 9-year-old.
He's totally a kid. He's like 5.
Right. He knows that Dunk would be the one to actually defend Tencel. He knows he would do it. That's exactly why he went to him. Would he have gone to Baylor if Baylor was there? Absolutely. I 100% believe that. But he knew that one other person that would actually stand up to Ariane was Dunk.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's really all I got. We're almost at the top of the hour. Anything we didn't talk about?
Well, Baylor storming in his incredible armor. And Makar's armor. Did you see those 2 armors? They're crazy.
The detail on them, they were so good.
Let me see if I can pull it up.
Especially on
look at that.
I discovered a new feature on my MacBook. So congratulations to me.
That's pretty cool.
Look at these armors. Incredible.
Intricate.
Yeah.
Incredible.
And so for those of us who've read, we know that Baylor's armor is actually, so when this knight comes out, everybody thinks that it's Prince Valar because he was out there jousting whatever in that armor. But then when Baylor comes out, instead of saying what he said on screen, he does include, he's like, well, I didn't think that I would be jousting in this tournament, so I didn't bring my armor. Fortunately, my son was kind enough to lend me his. So he's really wearing Prince Valar's armor. But hey, it fits really well and looks just as good. So
no, it looks
great.
Both of the Targaryen armors in general have been amazing. Like, especially Prince Valar. Speaking of him, his cloak has thunderbolts on it. I don't know if you noticed that.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Because his mother is a Dundarian. Their house is like
no, I do. Yeah, it wasn't like colored in. It was like an off black or whatever, like velvet.
But it had like thunder on it. Yeah, it was.
Okay, that's what that's for. I didn't know.
Such a beautiful detail. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yep, he did. And even in the novella, is a little bit more prominent. Literally, like it kind of zooms out to the public. He's like, "Oh, Prince Valar, Prince Valar, Prince Valar," and all of a sudden he takes off his helmet. And then it's Prince Baylor. Yeah, Anvil and the Hammer. Hell yeah, right there.
Yeah, that's great. I am a big fan of that. This was definitely one of my favorite episodes. It was so cinematic. It definitely did feel like an Avengers movie, Spider-Man No Way Home. Like the buildup was just so great. But like they did it in such a short time. Like it's really difficult to build something. Just 4 episodes that are 30 minutes long, which is really saying something for the show.
I love it. I mean, it's rated really high on IMDb, whatever. And then like people, like at least from reactions I saw on Twitter, everybody was so entrenched in this episode. They're calling it one of the best episodes of like any Game of Thrones series, House of the Dragon and Game of Thrones included.
I agree. Because
again, Game of Thrones, A Song of Ice and Fire functions the best when characters are literally just quipping and talking and dialoguing with each other. That's the beauty always of these stories. Don't get me wrong, like dragons are great, White Walkers are great, the walls and Castle Rock and all the grandness of it is amazing. But when they're talking to each other, it's why Tyrion is my favorite character. I could listen to Tyrion talk for 10 seasons. His chapters are my favorite. He's total psycho, but they're my favorite. He's my favorite.
He is.
He's the best fucking character in A Song of Ice and Fire. I love his chapters so much.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, thanks, guys, for joining us. And let's do this again next week. Before we leave, Lady Dragon JJ, let people know where they can find you.
Yes, you can find me under username Lady Dragon JJ on TikTok, on Instagram, and on Twitter. So I talk about A Song of Ice and Fire a lot and other pop culture things. So
also, show people your sweatshirt. I love your sweatshirt.
Yes. Care for Congo.
Oh, I love it.
Nice.
Awesome.
I cannot remember what charity I bought it from because I bought it like 2 years ago. So I'll have to post it up later.
Oh, that really does show you the problem that nothing has changed in 2 years, unfortunately.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Thank you to the chat. Great chat again.
Thanks for the chat. Richard, where can people find you?
For now, they can find me on X at @FuckOffHarvey, but I will be doing a name change within the following week, so stay tuned to find out what it is.
Will it be G-rated? Will it be G-rated?
You might be able to follow me for a good time this time. No, my content won't change. It's all still posted.
Love to hear it.
That's what we call growth.
All right. Well, we're going to come back next Monday. Hopefully, I can figure out the time zones.
If you don't, we will. We'll be on.
And then I'll also figure out my camera situation, but hopefully you guys can join
Wi-Fi.
us.
want to see your
Wi-Fi
face.
started work once the cameras start up, the Wi-Fi started back up. But appreciate all you guys hanging in there. Thank you for all the people. Thank you for everybody on Spotify. We're doing really well on Spotify. The numbers are growing.
Yay.
And until next time, guys, salam nerds.
Peace.